For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram at noah.cavanaugh, you guys won't know what these are. So these are a custom pair of Phantom Luna 2s in AG. The reason I went for the high cut is obviously the low cut unfortunately wasn't available, but I really wanted to customize a pair, and I think you guys are really gonna like this colorway because it is sick, and I can't wait to open this box to actually see what these look like in person. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So this, of course, is the Nike by You box. You get an all-white box with the Nike by You, very reminiscent of kind of sketch patterns or architectural drawings, etc. So just the outline, you've got the Nike swoosh here, you've got the trademark and copyright logos there, of course the Nike logoing, swoosh logoing, Just Do It logoing there, and then here is with a, well, whatever. You guys will see it now. It's white and gold. So it's there's the little picture. Nike by Noah in a women's 10.5, a men's size 9 US. These are a UK 8, which will be a 42.5, I believe, in the Nike sizing. So here we go, getting these unboxed. I gotta tell you what, I am so excited to see what these look like in person. So opening up the box, you get the Nike by You paper, which is awesome. Very similar type design with different shoe outlines, etc. Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay, 1 and 2. Holy moly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Phantom Luna 2 in white and gold. Oh my goodness. There's that AG plate, of course, from the Phantom GX1. These look absolutely sensational. I'm so happy with how these turned out. So I basically went with an all-white upper. I had the white like rear area. I did the dimpled dot, so these like dots in metallic gold, white swoosh outline, gold, metallic gold swoosh, and then I went with 24 to indicate the year that these were designed, Phantom Luna on the back, and then on this one, I went with my initials, NC, and then of course you've got some of that stuff as well. So let's get these out of the box. I'll show you guys what the bag looks like. Oh, that's sick. Look at that. All right, cool. So these have a really unique Phantom Luna / GX, or Phantom Luna, there you go, with this really interesting kind of neon volt paint splatter look. And then it's got the same thing on the back. So that's that. And then we'll get this box out of the way. Now, one of the things I am so excited for about these boots is that they're AG. And I prefer the AG over the Cyclone 360 sole plate for many, many reasons. Needless to say, it is super, super comfortable on both FG and AG. Last year for Flower City Union, I wore the pair that you can kind of see right at the edge of the frame there. Those are all black with the pink accents. This time I went a little more flashy for the white and gold. And I just think these look sensational. I'll probably do a second pair as soon as the GX2 lows come out, because I want to do a custom pair of those. I might do a Tiempo as well. I just think I want to start designing boots a little bit. But I think these look absolutely sensational. So let's get into some tech specs of the Nike Phantom Luna 2. So there you go. Those are the Luna 2. Absolutely beautiful looking. So really quick rundown of the tech specs. If you guys haven't seen my initial review of the Luna 2, you guys can go check that out, but I'll run through the tech specs really quick so you have them here. So the Luna 2 is a combination of GX1 and Luna 1. It sort of takes a little bit of DNA from both of those football boots. You've got the ribs in the upper that are reminiscent of kind of that same pattern you got on the Luna 1, and then of course the full grip knit upper and more of the feeling of the GX1 from a softness perspective. The way that they've constructed this new grip knit upper is absolutely sensational. It feels fantastic. It's slightly wider than the previous generation, regardless of whether you go for the GX in the low cut or the Luna with the high cut dynamic fit collar. So either way, you're going to get a really, really nice feeling underfoot, which is, or on the upper and on the ball, excuse me, which is great there. So that grip knit upper is basically now a combination of grip knit. You've got Flyknit, and then you've got synthetic coating materials that include some of the, like the silicone or polyurethane coating that gives it sort of that almost ACC texturing, even though there isn't an ACC logo on here. I'd assume that they basically put the same technology on there as well. For the normal FG variation, you do get the Cyclone 360 tooling, which is from the Luna one. This is the AG plate from the Phantom GX one, which I prefer. I think the conical studs do a really nice job on AG pitches, gripping the ground, and they make it very easy and a little bit of a reduction in stress on your joints, which I really, really appreciate. And then, of course, the GX1 AG plate, which this has, also is fine for FG. I found that I didn't slip at all as long as the pitch was a little bit dry. They were totally fine on FG pitches as well, because the studs are long enough to get deep into an FG pitch grass. This is the lightest Phantom to date, so obviously with the dynamic fit collar, the low-cut GX2 is going to be slightly lighter than this one, but this is a really lightweight football boot. I find that the Luna one was pretty chunky, really gross feeling. The upper was way too stiff. It just wasn't a great football boot objectively, regardless of who it was designed for. Obviously, it being a boot that was sort of designed by women for women. I don't think they did a very good job with this. I think the Luna 2 is what the Luna 1 should have been, and this is a fantastic football boot. It fits really well out of the box. It's got a really nice soft upper, and I just think they knocked it out of the park with this particular model. The heel area you get that carries over from the GX1, which is a huge up because it's super neutral. It's got lots of flexibility. You can see I can kind of push into it there as well, and because there's no heel counter there, it allows most foot shapes to get really deep into the back of the heel so that you're not getting any slippage back here, like rotational slippage one direction or in and out of the boot as well, which is obviously a great feature. Off-center lacing system there for both models as well. Again, as I said before, if you don't know, Luna 2 and GX2 are the exact same boot. One just has a collar and one doesn't. But the off-center lacing system doesn't do a whole lot as far as performance goes, but what it does give you is a little bit more grip sensation on the striking surface, which I guess, well, maybe I take that back. Maybe it is a little bit of a performance boost. But overall, really nice looking football boots. Obviously, it's my own custom color, so of course I'm gonna love them. But I think the Luna, especially with this AG plate, whether it's the high cut or the low cut, I think is a fantastic option for players looking for a really comfortable fit and feel straight out of the box. These are super, super soft. They're very comfortable. They grip the ball really well, and they are awesome to play in. The on-ball sensation is one of my favorite of pretty much any football boot I've tried in the past, 10, 20 years of playing. So that's just my thing. I really like the grip elements. I think it adds just that little bit of pizzazz when you're trying to, do a little outside the boot shot or pass, or you're trying to do those little flicks. It really does help give you that connected feeling to the ball. At least that's what I feel like. So overall, I'm a massive fan of both the Luna 2 and the GX2. I think they're a great silo. They fit my foot perfectly straight out of the box, true to size. I would probably say most people should go true to size as well, because you want to get the length of the boot right first, and then you can figure out what the width looks like for whatever your foot shape is. So without further ado, guys, let's get these on feet. And of course, we are going to get to play test and 1 month review and stuff as well. I really am interested in some of the durability aspects of the new one, because the old boot that I have up in this corner, absolutely fantastic durability. I wore and beat the crap out of those all season last year, and I really do think that they are, at least the Nike by You for the GX1 was spot on. So the GX2 I'm hoping is about the same. So without further ado, let's go into the backyard and we'll try them on, talk about touch on the ball, fit, finish, and if there's any differences between these and the normal retail version that's, of course, the normal colorways. Let's hop into it. All right, fam, out here in the backyard with, an absolutely beautiful pair of Phantom Luna AGs, of course, in the ID colorway, as you just saw from the unboxing. These are absolutely stunning. I love this sole plate for AG. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, maybe it could use a little bit more responsiveness, but honestly, I have no complaints having played with it for an entire season. Obviously, you've got the NC on the one side and 24 to, I should have gone a little hash mark, but 2024 That's what that stands for, not a number or anything. So let's get these Phantom Lunas on feet, and we'll talk a little bit about how they fit and feel compared to the normal version of the Phantom Luna, i.e. the like regular release colorways, if there is any difference. And then of course my goal is to test these and really, you know, beat the crap out of these and try and figure out, like, is it better from a durability standpoint? Ooh, there we go. To go for the regular colorway or an ID colorway, because the ID doesn't cost that much significantly more than a normal colorway, and you get all the colors that you ever want. So I am absolutely thrilled to have this color, because I think the white with the gold accents just looks so sick. And yes, as I have said in multiple videos, I'm not much of a high cut color guy, but dang, these look amazing. And also they were pretty much the only ones available, because the GX2 hasn't come out in Asia and Oceania yet. So, but I probably will get a pair of those in ID just because I think they're sick. Okay, so first impressions is these fit exactly the same as the Luna 2 in the regular colorway, the non-ID colorway. I literally can't tell the difference out of the box. Sizing is perfect, 9 US, no problems there. Collar fits the same, you know, elastic feeling as well. Grip knit feels just as grippy as the normal one does. And so really it's probably going to come down to a testing period where I really put these through the paces and figure out, okay, after a lot of, you know, periods of stress, is this a boot that's going to last a long time, or is this a boot that's going to fall apart really easily because it's like an ID and a special kind of one-off colorway. But overall, sizing feels great. Boots on feet feel great. The sole plate feels really neutral underfoot. I love this AG sole plate from GX1. That obviously carries over into both the GX2 and the Luna 2. And, you know, we have to mention the colorway, because number one, I designed it, so of course I'm gonna love it. But number two, I really do think this is a super, super clean colorway. This would be like a really awesome colorway for a player, any of the Luna players that made it to like the Copa America final this summer. Like if they did an all white with the gold pair, just like they do with like the World Cup balls are always gold. That would be super sick if this was like the custom pair of a, you know, a player that was in a GX2 or a Luna 2 player who was in the Euro Cup final or the Copa America Cup final. So that would be super, super cool. But here's what they look like on feet. I think with a pair of white socks, like with a white kit, they look absolutely sick, in my opinion. So, so nice. They're super comfortable. Again, compared to obviously the Luna 1, these are a completely different shoe. So for me, I kind of tend to compare these more to the GX1 and the GX2, simply because, well, it's the same boot as the GX2. And these are definitely more, at least from my opinion, more of a GX1 comparison as opposed to the Luna comparison, because the Luna 1 was a really trash boot in my opinion. But yeah, so these are definitely wider. These fit a wide variety of shapes. It's a pretty neutral shape. You've got quite a bit of volume in the toe box. As you can see, my toes are wiggling pretty well on both sides. That's great. I've got plenty of width there in the midfoot right here, where I have kind of the widest two bones that stick out there. Ankles and heel feel super snug in there, no issues. The collar I'm barely noticing, so for me this might be potentially like a top-end match boot, simply because, you know, I'm not really noticing the collar all that much. And yes, would I have preferred to get GX2 over these? Sure, but at the end of the day, it's not really that big of a deal. Touch on the ball is fantastic. Again, I love the Luna 2 and GX2. I'm going to use those names interchangeably, by the way, because they're literally the same boot. They just, one has a slight bit of collar on the ankle, which makes absolutely zero difference. So, but if you care about that, or you like this, you know, you like the aesthetic of one over the other, then by all means, go for it. The rest of the boots are exactly the same. So, touch feels fantastic. I love the way that these feel. Oh, I can't wait to play in these, honestly. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take these out and do like a proper play test. We'll get in these, get some proper like free kicks, some really nice whipped balls in. Maybe I'll get like a forward to come out and like finish some crossing. I'll do some, you know, some free kicks, some shots.
Probably a lot of passing as well, because I really like the way these work as far as, they kind of remind me of like Magista Obra 2, but less padded. Very, very neutral shape when passing the ball. You've got really like no distractions at all, which is awesome. Underfoot feeling for the AG sole plate feels great. Very, very neutral. As you can see, lots of studs to occupy that top of the ball. So when I do put my foot on the top and roll it around, I'm not feeling any particular stud dig into the ball, which is great. It almost feels like you've got kind of a flat surface to play with, which was absolutely the case when I used this sole plate last year on the Flower City pitch, which was basically concrete. It was pretty hard, to be honest, but these performed really well in all those conditions. Many of you guys have also asked whether these are suitable for FG pitches as well. In my opinion, yes. If that FG pitch is wet, then that's up to you. I would say dry FG pitches, which I played on last year and this year, and AG pitches are both totally fine for this stud pattern, because the studs are long enough where they're gonna grip into both the AG or the FG pitches. Yep, sure, maybe you're not gonna have as grippy of a boot on FG pitches, especially if it's, you know, if somebody's used a sprinkler recently or anything like that, like if it's rained the morning of or the night before or however, you know, whatever it is. But for the most part, I think you'd be better off going with the AG sole plate and risking a little bit of slippage, as opposed to going with the FG that then you'll have to wear on AG pitches, which is just way overkill and it doesn't feel good and it's not very balanced and all that stuff. I'd rather you go with something like this and feel amazing on AG and also very good on FG as well. So that's my recommendation. Obviously, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Silo just in general. When it has the AG sole plate on it, I think it is probably one of, if not my favorite boots on the market right now. It's just what I like to pick because I love the grip elements. I think it feels so good to whip the ball, to pass the ball, to manipulate the ball. All that stuff is fantastic. So for me, it's like, I'd rather play in something like this than a Tequila, for instance, which is also like equally as comfortable. But for me, I like the extra little grip elements, and I just think that gives me that little bit of, whether it's psychological or literal, you know, physical difference in the way that I strike the ball. I just prefer it. So whether you, regardless of what you prefer, go with that. But for me, these are an awesome pair of boots. And of course, one last look really quick at that colorway, because my, oh my, do these look excellent. I will definitely be wearing these in probably my next session because I just really think they look sick. So that's it for the video. If you guys are interested in more custom boot reviews, I will do my best to get the Vapor hopefully soon, and potentially one other boot, maybe Tiempo if they do have a custom option, because I would love to do a custom Tiempo and a custom Vapor as well. But outside of that, that's going to be it for the video today. If you guys are interested in a pair of grip socks, I will leave a discount code for you guys for my favorite grip sock company, which is WeFoot. They are hooking us up with 20% off, so you guys can go in the link in the description box below. That's what I wear for everything, for the reviews, for the play tests, for games, training sessions, all that stuff. So you can definitely hit that link up and go purchase some for yourself. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see y'all in the next video.